The results just weren't good enough. You know, we almost a third of the way into the season, we're languishing in last place, and we thought that, you know, a fresh voice and a change needed to be made, and that's the decision that we came up with.
Last Friday, El Paso Locomotive FC parted ways with head coach Brian Clairhout after an abysmal 11-game start to the season where the Locos won just one game, lost 8, and tied in 2. With that, the Locomotive had to find a new conductor, naming Wilmer Cabrera as the club's new head coach. Yesterday, the Locos announced the hiring of Cabrera. Today, he was just having his second full training session with the squad. Now, the Colombian comes to El Paso after a decade of moving up and down from the USL to MLS levels as a head coach. With this new move, Cabrera is back in the USL Championship, a league he is very familiar with. His last head coaching job was at the now disbanded Rio Grande Valley FC from 2021 to 2023. Not only is he familiar with the league, but also with the Locomotive because he's had to coach against them in years past. So when the opportunity to be the Locos' new head coach was presented to Cabrera, there was no hesitation to come to El Paso. Here he is speaking with the media for the first time since being named the Locomotive's 4th head coach in club history.
I wanted to come over here because the club, it's one of the best organizations in the USL because they have a great roster and because this is a beautiful environment to work on soccer. So being part of this team for me is something that I didn't hesitate.
We went out and we found Wilmer, who's highly credentialed, 3 MLS teams, had great success with a team in RGV that struggled for resources at times and no longer exists. So we thought with what we have here to offer him that he would be a great fit to help right the ship, so to speak, and we're excited for what Friday could bring.
Now, looking at Cabrera's head coaching history the last decade, he's been the head coach of 3 Major League Soccer teams, Chivas USA, Houston Dynamo, and Montreal Impact. He has a record of 54 wins, 65 losses, and 35 draws in his MLS head coaching career. Where Cabrera has had most of his success in his career so far was while with the now disbanded Rio Grande Valley FC, as they mentioned there. He coached 4 seasons there, had 3 winning seasons, and 3 playoff appearances. So the Locos are hoping Cabrera can turn things around. We'll have much more on his arrival to El Paso tonight at 10.